Marketing and AI are often seen as complex, fast changing, and overwhelming. New tools every week, new rules every year, and constant pressure to keep up. But what if growth isn't about chasing trends? What if it's about clarity, data, and purpose driven leadership? Today's guest believes exactly that. She has helped over 250 plus businesses scale using AI driven, data backed marketing strategies, delivering up to 300% growth in lead generation. She has worked with iconic brands like Michelin and Bentley. She's an award winning author, CMO, founder, and TEDx speaker. And most importantly, she is one of the only 8 professionals globally and the first woman to be recognized as a LinkedIn sales beacon. Let's welcome Sinju Raju to today's episode. If you are a founder, marketer, leader, or someone navigating ambition alongside real life responsibilities, this conversation is for you. Let's get started. Once again, let's welcome Sinju Raju. Thank you so much for being part of us.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah. So let's have a short introduction from you. Of course, I gave an intro, and it's very difficult to condense your intro because you have lot of achievements. So now we would like to hear it from you. How has been your journey and a bit about you?
Yeah, so almost everything you have covered all about the success and whatever the experiences I have. So I'm basically from Kerala. I'm
Okay.
coming from a town called Kottayam, where I so lived in a beautiful village. So I have a lot of dreams. So pursuing dream is always a big achievements, right? How coming from a middle class and chasing the dream is always a new. I think every time I'm trying to do something better, how I can be the better version all the time. So that is the reason throughout all the journey. So 15 years of experience I have in marketing and
Okay.
got a couple of recognitions and still I'm learning even though I'm an entrepreneur. Even I'm a speaker or even a author or what I can say, so still daily I'm learning it. It's a new experiences I have. So that's a small introduction about myself.
Okay. So that's such a humble introduction, I would say. A masterpiece in the making. I'm learning, I'm trying out new things, of course, but she has got a lot of achievements on the way. We are about to talk about that. So, first, let's talk about your startup. What do you do? And what motivated you to launch your own startup? And what problem are you trying to solve through your startup?
So starting from so being an entrepreneur, as I told you, so launch a startup or launching a company, it's not a ambition, it's a big dream actually, as I mentioned. Also coming where I'm coming from, so even my family also won't support it. Like starting a new business, it's entirely another side of a journey.
Yeah.
So, what motivates me for launching a business or launching a startup is that it's came from a repeated pattern I kept seeing across the industries because even 15 years of experience I have in a marketing, I worked with incredibly capable founders and leadership teams or engineers, manufacturers or consultants who are doing
Okay.
everything right operationally, yet struggling to grow consistently. So the problem was not is a competence or effort. They need a
Okay.
clarity. So what
Mm-hmm.
they need to do on at what time. Okay. So I saw the business investing heavily in marketing without understanding the positioning because
Okay.
somewhere they don't know where to invest it. So they paid huge on performance marketing or so what I can say is somewhere they are investing heavily on campaigns and all, not performance marketing, the campaigns, offline campaigns and all, but they don't know where the psychology. There was a huge disconnect between the brand visibility and actual revenue.
Okay.
Even when I work with previous organizations also, the huge fund was invested in the campaigns and the return was very less. It was because of the proper strategy was missing over there. So this is not
Mm-hmm.
happening with MNC, this is happening with the startups also.
Okay.
Where to invest and when to start. So I became deeply passionate about solving this gap. So that's the reason I started, because everything we don't need to start in all the time,
Yeah.
because for the startups its strategy is entirely different. If it is a meeting company, because they already have did something, no, so their strategy will be entirely different. So we need to identify this gap. So that motivates me to start business.
Okay, perfect. And I could see from your results that you are effectively bridging that gap. So, you mentioned that initially even your family was not that supportive. So, what were the earliest challenges you faced as a founder while having your own company, and how did you navigate them?
So the earliest challenge was, it's not like external family support, it's not like that. It was coming from my internal. Because as a
Okay,
founder, it's a sudden responsibility. It's like a decision. We have to take a multiple decisions. We have to do a lot of things. We have to try, right? I try to do
yeah,
everything myself. That was the one mistake I've done. Strategy,
okay,
execution, client delivery, content, sales. This approach was unsustainable, but many, I know, because many founders also do the same thing. So this
okay,
is the one mistakes and one of the challenges I faced. Another major challenges was pricing confidences, because uh, many early founders I undervalued many expertise.
okay,
Okay, so I learned the hard way that when you don't respect your own value, the market won't either. I navigate these challenges by leaning heavily into learning a data or a mentors or failure analysis and reflection. Every mistakes become a feedback. Over the time, I shifted doing more, and I
okay,
started saying no to the projects which I don't need it, because
okay,
saying no, it's very important. Because in initial level, most of the people what they do, even though we don't have any capability or any capacity, will say yes. And then this that when we say yes to everything, the real challenges started.
okay,
Overwhelm or lot of challenges starting from there only. So the moment I started saying no, because one project or a one miss, if only for getting the project, if you started saying yes, the entire team is going to suffer if you don't have a clarity and if you don't have a proper system. So these are all the challenges I faced. Later, I built a system that way what how we can onboard the dealers, what is the criteria, whom all we can onboard in our business. So these are the things I manage. So internal beliefs systems I
okay.
change.
Yeah, so it was a mix of both internal and external factors.
External.
But once you conquer the internal doubt, I think you are all good to go.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you see the future of AI-enabled marketing evolving in the next 5 years?
Over the next 5 years, AI enabled marketing will become a less amount of tools and more about the outcomes, because
Okay,
now everybody talks about different tools and all. Even I, when I started the journey in 2010, so we were working only for the traffics and the basic things, no, so how much we are going to get it. Now
yes,
it's everybody's even on if you consider the 2000 or 2020, so people were the main pitch was is like we will generate a leads. Now this is a trend, but for if you ask me, it's not about leads, it's about the conversion. How much ROA, return on investment, you are going to get it back. So that is something which marketing has to focus on it. The similar way, over the next 5 years, AI-enabled marketing will become less about tools and more about the outcomes. We will see the predictive marketing models, real-time personalization, and intent-driven engagement replaces the generic campaigns. So that
okay,
is something which the brands which going to win will combine the AI with emotional intelligence or contextual understanding
yeah,
and ethical frameworks. So AI will
okay,
tell us what is happening. Humans has to decide that what should happen next, because we
exactly.
cannot give. 100% authority to the AI. It's a mix of the hybrid approach we need to use it. So
Yeah,
in short, the 5 years going next 5 years, more focus on the ROI only. So now we
hmm,
are focusing more on the content. So most of the 90 percentage of human load can be replaced by AI, but the first decision should come from human only.
of course. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. A combination of AI, emotional intelligence, and decision making. So
Making
here is
brain
some
box.
expert opinion for whoever thinks that AI will take their jobs. It's eventually humans who will have to give the first command, and then from there AI proceeds. Yeah, that was a great answer. So now comes the most awaited question, according to me. So, you earned the rare LinkedIn Sales Beacon recognition. You are one of the only 8 globally recognized people, and the first and the only woman to receive it. So, what does this recognition signify in your view?
Um, First of all, it was most awaited recognition for me because
Yeah,
I was very active on LinkedIn for the past 6 years. Even LinkedIn Sales Navigator because I've used because LinkedIn Sales Beacon it's expertise of LinkedIn Sales Navigator who have a expertise and who help more B2B business. So that's why I got
okay,
this recognition. Okay, so this recognition holds deep meaning for me because it's specially tied to expertise in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So as I told you, so not uh, it's not because of I posted regularly on LinkedIn or I've did some campaigns. No, it's because of I've genuinely helped the community and I build the authority over there in a B2B growth.
okay.
So, first women
So,
globally means sales, it's mostly we should know how, because it was a growth, even since I'm coming from marketing, the sales is correlated. So
of course,
how much the value we can give to the customers should, because when we pitch the customers, it should not be sales, even though it's a sales thing. So the LinkedIn Sales Navigator has a tremendous opportunity or the new features which helps to close high ticket deals. And also, I use this strategy with almost all the B2B dealers. So they got a good results as well. So
okay.
and I've shared different case studies inside the communities, and the LinkedIn got this opportunity for me.
Yeah, that's really great. So, it's the testimonial of Sinju's expertise in using LinkedIn
It's
Sales
just
Navigator.
started actually. It's just started only because the last November I got this opportunity and it's a program. So
Okay,
going forward, there will be couple of meetings will be going to happen with the sales speakers and we will decide that what are the next 2026 we have. I think January we have a meeting and we
okay,
will decide that what are the activities or what are the action plans, what we can do it because a lot of people inside the community and they are genuinely looking for the supports. So it's for me, it's a prestigious designation that's I
of
selected as a
course. We
sales
are all
speaker.
proud to know that, you have the LinkedIn Sales Speaker and being one among the 8 globally awarded sales speakers is I don't know how to explain it. It's a great achievement. Of course, I can understand that you have put in a lot of hard work and you really deserved it. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So, what strategies or habits helped you get measurable impact through LinkedIn? So, you mentioned that you got a lot of output through LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So, what are the strategies that helped you achieve that?
The biggest contributor was a consistency. So,
Okay,
as I mentioned, the 6 years I was in LinkedIn, and the last 3 years, I think if I can say that I wake up and first thing what I'm doing is checking all the LinkedIn communications or the consistency I do. Every piece
okay,
of content had a purpose, either to clarify a concept, challenge, or the misconception, or help
okay,
someone to make a better decision. So this is
hmm,
something which I follow. Or another critical habit of thinking, it's like thinking in systems or not in post. I treated LinkedIn like a strategic asset, as I used to see it as a funnel actually.
okay,
My I content aligned with my positioning, my audience problem, and my long term business vision. So you can see the type of post I used to
Yes, yes.
share it, no? So because it should be value, because it should reflect that who I am and how I am helping my audience, and from there how I am building this authority. And to be frankly, the TEDx opportunity, the global recognitions, or everything I received only through LinkedIn, because I'm consistent over there. All the
Okay,
awards, as I mentioned, a couple of awards I received, and I've gotten speaker opportunity, even the TEDx also. Everything I've received only, I'm very consistent in LinkedIn. That's the reason. Or I
okay,
also paid a close attention to the conversations. The metrics tell you what is working, but conversation tell you why, right? So I
yeah,
learned more DM strategies and comments, or analytics, everything I used to closely monitor it in for my clients also. I'm managing a couple of leaders profile as well, so I can see the changes is happening in their domain as well, how they're positioning it through. Most of the people have no idea about LinkedIn, but when I introduce to them, especially for the B2B, they
yeah.
are initial time again fund woman, no? So because people are not much aware about LinkedIn, and every week, every month, it's a routine, no? So I'm asking for the pictures and all. So initially it's like a big challenges, but later they see the results they are getting it, no? So without asking, they started, they took
Okay,
initiatives
they
and
started
sharing their,
approaching you. Yeah.
yeah, it's a good approach, because so the people are looking like they're seeing the results and coming to know that how they can build their own brand or how they can build their value through the LinkedIn. So that is something which I
Okay.
follow.
So, yeah, the number one secret is always consistency.
Consistency, yes.
Okay,
Even in business, even in personal life, consistency, discipline is very important.
exactly. I agree with you. So, do you think that LinkedIn has fundamentally changed how B2B sales and relationships are built today over the years? I believe we have seen a massive increase in the use of LinkedIn after COVID, or maybe from the 2022 to be precise. So, how do you think LinkedIn has changed the B2B sales approach?
Definitely. So lot of changes, because for B2B, for me also, I this is one of the trusted platform,
Okay.
because Facebook or Instagram, if we consider, that is mainly for B2C.
Yeah,
Okay, the B2B, this is initially we were all searching for the jobs and all, we approached LinkedIn. But for the B2B
exactly.
perspective, be- because this is a platform where we can connect the ICPs. Who's our customer, or who is our audience? No, so whom all the decision maker, we can find it easily through LinkedIn.
Okay.
So LinkedIn has shifted B2B sales from persuasion track to credibility driven. Earlier, it's a sales began with outreach, you know. So now it's a sales LinkedIn Sales Navigator feature is also implemented lot of AI features. So one thing I can say that if I want to reach out one particular company, so suppose if I my target audience is in US, or even I'm looking for a 100 CR company, and I
Mhm.
want to know the decision makers, it's easily I can done with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And
Okay.
we should know, because for the research also it will take time. So the
Yeah.
second challenges we face it, no? So through this lead IQ, account IQ, or even email features, no, they have a AA. So once if you click it, they will automatically give the summaries of what all happened, whether this is a funded company, whether the leaders change in recent activities, or they posted anything related to the funding or anything, we will get it. So it will
Hmm.
save our time for more doing more research for these things, no? So that is also,
Yeah.
so this all showing that LinkedIn is giving more importance to B2B sales.
Okay.
Okay, so these features, or even goes, I am also LinkedIn Sales Vacant, and
Mm.
I am active in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So this is the one changes. Even though this is a paid platform, but the result we are going to get it compared to other the cold reach out, so it's going to get a big boom actually. So now
Mhm.
people started realizing that we should use more on LinkedIn Sales Navigator.
Okay. So
Even the
the
LinkedIn
ROI is
link,
basically very high.
yes. LinkedIn also have the same features, because we can filter using the because for any of the platforms, know how we are using it. So there are
Exactly.
even the LinkedIn also, we have a different filter option for the
Hmm.
post, for the for the searching the decision makers and all. We can send the connection request, and from there we can approach them by DMs and all. So there are a lot of organic strategies also there.
Yeah,
So even now, LinkedIn is giving more importance to videos also, short form videos also.
true.
So that this all the updates is showing that it's more rather than the job searching platform, it's giving more importance to the sales
Yeah,
and revenues.
altogether, LinkedIn itself has evolved from a just a job search platform to a, B2B business driving platform. Yeah. So, you have had a lot of experience managing different uh, clients' accounts or, using the Sales Navigator. So, what misconceptions do people still have about leveraging LinkedIn for business growth?
So the biggest misconception is that LinkedIn growth is about volume. More we have to do more posts or more messages or more activity. That's not true. LinkedIn rewards relevance rather
Okay.
than the noise if you make it no. So giving the relevance. Another misconception is that virality equals important. It's not
Mm-hmm.
because I've seen that many of the clients who got a million views for one video. The virality content may get attention, but the
Yeah.
strategic content builds authority. So
Okay.
authority is what converts into a long-term opportunities. So that is
Exactly.
something which we need to, even in the Instagram also we can see that people have a million followers. But how many of them is converting into the real business? That
Mm-hmm.
is important. So the many people believe that it's a LinkedIn is a shortcut. It's not. It's a compound interest platform because it's a real return comes when consistency or positioning and trust build it over time. Because mostly we were handling with the high ticket deals. So it
Yeah.
will take time. So the genuine connection we can build it via LinkedIn because most of my clients I received from LinkedIn only because after seeing my post when I reach out to them, so all later what they started monitoring us, right? So they started seeing how, what we are posting it. Then gradually it's built the trust over us. No? So that is
Exactly.
something
Yeah.
which we need to do.
Even we got to know each other through LinkedIn.
LinkedIn only, yes.
Yeah. So to sum up, it's about relevance, consistency, and long-term authority. That is
Yes.
what is required in LinkedIn. Okay, that was a great answer. Now let's move to your TEDx talk. So,
Okay.
what inspired the topic of your TEDx talk? How did you get the opportunity, and what message did you want to deliver through your TEDx talk?
So it was in my checklist. So I have one day I have to give it. I think 3 to 4 years before I wrote it in a book that I want to give my TEDx
Yeah,
speak. So no, usually how we get it, the people used to approach us if it is matching with our because each TEDx have a different theme. So the theme is which is matching with our success stories or something. So they will select us, and from there we will get an opportunity.
yeah.
So I did TEDx on TEDx GCT. It's in Coimbatore. It's a old prestigious college,
Hmm.
engineering college,
Yeah.
and their theme was Flicker to Flame. So
Okay.
that time I released a book, my book. I think we will
Yes,
discuss
of
it
course, of
later.
course.
Fear of being judged. So
Mm.
I don't know, moment of my life, the fear it catched on me. I don't know why it was happened, but somewhere even everybody have some fear, no? So
Of
how
course, of course.
we are handling these different situations during my childhood or during my college time or even when I was working or different challenges. So based on the I wrote a book. After seeing so the flicker to flame, there's something which was matching.
Hmm.
So I chose one topic that when I was in my final year engineering, maybe I was very introvert during that time. Even yes, even now also I'm introvert, but I know how to hide that. But I was the first person who got a repeat on the seminar because I was completely stood. Matlab, even what I can say that I was completely speechless when I delivered the seminar. So and I was the first person. I'm the only one person, not first. I was the only one person who got a repeat on the seminar.
Okay.
So then that time I decided, no, this is not me. I know that I am not because I during my school times I did a lot of stage performance. At
Mm.
that moment, I'm completely speechless. So
Okay.
I made a I started thinking, no, I want to talk in front of a large audience in that time. So that clicked me and I got an opportunity. The TEDx talk also I started with the same only because for 20 years or 40 years, 15 years before I was in my classroom and completely speechless. Now I got an opportunity to
Okay,
speak a large audience. So that was my journey from a flicker to flame. So
okay, okay.
so that
Yeah,
I was it was connected. So there were a lot of challenges. So from there, how I practice, how I work upon my skills, my
mm,
fears. Even just starting a business is not an easy. Getting a MNC company also it's not an easy thing. So
exactly.
I'm a first person who got a big salary at that time. So even after getting a job, my father passed away within a 3 months. So there was a lot of
Oh,
mental challenges.
yeah,
Or my daughter was 1 year old that time, and so I was staying alone in Pune. I have to move to Pune. My
okay,
husband was in Bilaspur. So because my daughter born in Dubai, and I got an opportunity when we come back to India.
okay,
So it was a hard decision to taking my daughter alone to Pune, and I have to send her daycare, and I'm
okay,
managing it. That time my father expired, and there was a lot of pressure on work. And the moment I decided that I want to quit it, so one of my, I can say that HR manager,
mm,
so when I approached that I want to quit because I'm not able to continue because of
mm-hmm,
this all pressures and all. That
mm,
time she told me only one thing. The moment you started running, how long you are going to run it? The moment you know how to face it, you should know how to face all the challenges. That word knows it's really hit me throughout my life
okay,
because it's escapism is one of the easiest way we do, right? So
exactly. Mm,
but that moment I didn't quit it, and I got a two best employee award also within a 3 months, 3 to 4 months. I got a promotion also from the same
wow,
company. And
that's great.
still the people in that company really knows me well, that who
Yeah,
Sinchu
and
is.
they
So
must be
I
missing you as well.
yeah, definitely. I'm still in keep in touch with all these people. So, but taught me a lot of things during that phase.
Okay, yeah.
So this is all about the TEDx talk. So I
I
covered
think
all this. This
I
is all
think
the
there
challenge.
couldn't be a better metaphor than your own life story for flicker to flame.
Yes.
Exactly. We are, witnessing the journey of how you became a flame from that flicker.
Yes.
So now you mentioned some of your life experiences. Now that I'm curious, what was the biggest turning point in your career that led you towards becoming a founder?
Biggest turning points were the moments when I chose learning over the comfort. Every day I'm learning it. It's not only because as a founder we cannot sit peacefully. No, it's every day it's a new learning. Maybe it's some technical, or sometimes it's operations, everything. Each shift
Mm-hmm.
in my careers involves stepping into uncertainty, new responsibility, new industry, new level of accountability. And another turning point was realizing that execution without strategy creates a burnout, and
Okay,
strategy without execution creates a stagnation. Becoming a founder and CMO mean learning to balance both vision and discipline. It's very important.
okay,
And there was a moment of deep clarity when I realized I don't want to just execute marketing. I want to shape growth decision. That realization moved me from being a contributor to become a builder. Because if you check it, knows the business not only rely on marketing. So, yeah, as I said earlier, the ROI is matter. So we need to think on that 360-degree perspective. I think during your last call also I told you know, why I'm into the
yes,
board
yes,
levels, because I
yeah,
need to think on that level so that I can give the best delivers to my clients.
okay. Yeah. So it's always a lifelong journey of learning.
Learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what I found the most inspiring aspect from you. You have accomplished so much. Even then, you see yourself as a student and you are learning every day. Yeah. That's really appreciable. Thank you so much for that answer. So, you have helped over 250 plus businesses scale using data-driven marketing strategies and AI. So, what patterns do you see across companies that succeed versus others those are not able to succeed?
After working closely with more than 250 plus business across MSME
Okay.
or MSMEs or enterprises or manufacturing services or digital first brands, I have noticed a clear patterns actually. Companies that scale share three common traits actually. They have a 3 points.
Okay.
So firstly, they obsess with the clarity. They
Yeah.
know exactly who's their customer is, what problem they solve, and why they exist. They don't try to speak to everyone. Their messaging or pricing or positioning are aligned. This clarity allows them to make faster decision and
Mm,
avoid wasted effort. This is the one
okay.
thing they need to follow. And secondly, they respect data but don't become slaves to it. Successful companies use data to ask better questions,
Okay.
not just to report the numbers only. We don't want to track only the conversions or lead quality, customer lifetime value, not
Mm,
vanity metrics like impressions only, because mostly the companies are checking the impressions only. We need to check the conversion, how much ROI, and how the customer lifetime value, everything we need to check it. When the something doesn't work, no, they adapt quickly instead of depending the bad decision. So this is how they need to value on the data source. And third, they invest in systems, not shortcuts. They need a proper system. So most of the companies they don't have. They build a repeatable marketing and sales process instead of chasing the hacks. Because
mhm.
some clients will approach to me and they will say that, see, I need to get the result within 60 days. Maybe they didn't started also. See, that is
Okay.
not
Mhm.
possible. It's a lifelong journey, marketing or revenue generation. Okay, so they understand that the growth is not an event, it's a disciplined process. You see the
Mhm.
companies where the MNCs or whatever the companies, they have a long journey. Even Google
Okay.
also started from the scratch,
Of course. Yeah.
right? So other hand, the companies that stagnate usually suffer from indecisions. They delay action, rely on heavily on assumptions. Even I have a couple of clients, they have a very good ideas. When it comes to the implementation, they are very lag in it. So that is one of the common problem, because they're another challenges is no, they're investing on something else.
Okay.
Only for learning they are ready to invest it, but implementation side, what is it? Until unless if you're not investing it in on your company,
Mm,
should not happen, right? So that is
yeah.
something which I've seen most of the people, because um, invest on the right time on right place. That is very important.
Okay. So the three patterns being the first one to have clarity, who is your
Yes.
ICP, to whom do you want to talk, and then asking the right questions using the data, not obsessing over the data. And
Yeah.
third is taking the right actions.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that. So now let's talk about your book. So, what inspired you to write your first book, The Fear of Being Judged?
It's a part of the same topic, fear of being judged.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to overcome that fear. So we think now, so the writing a book is also not easy,
Yeah.
and speaking on a TEDx platform is not easy. So you know the movie, I think it's a Malayalam movie, Anne Maria Kalipilana.
Kalipilana. Yes.
So in there, one dialogue, no, Siddiq is giving to the giving one advice to that hero. I forgot his name, but if you have a fear on something, do it again and again until that fear goes.
Okay. Yeah.
So that I used to follow every time, because that dialogue no, hits me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because when
Mm-hmm.
you have a fear on driving, you should learn it and you should experience it. That's all. If you have a speaking fear, so you should try it. Maybe you will fail it. So that kind of, jo, at least we try that fears, no. So we become more confident. So I literally applying everything on myself this way. If I have
Okay.
fear on something, so I will definitely try it. My first book, Fear of Being Judged, I when I published the first version, it was a small book.
Okay.
Last year, I published it. It was very small book. I got a feedback from my friends and all. Then I published the same version, the volume two with a bigger version, and after 6 months itself. So
Okay.
maybe we are not perfect. but at least we should take that action. So,
Yeah,
and through this book, what I'm trying to say that it's not me. Many of the people have the same problem. What people
of
are
course.
going to tell, how they are going to judge us. So
Yeah,
these kind of fear, 90% of the people are not taking the actions. They are not taking the action because they have good skills, they have a very good thinking, or they are very good in arts or anything, whatever it is, but how others are going to judge, or how, what if I fail? So these kind of things, no, so the people have this issue. So through my book, what I am trying to convey that, see, I have these kind of fears, and how I overcome in a 1% way. So that is
okay, okay.
something which,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I think that until and unless you take action, you cannot overcome any fear. The best method to conquer your fear is to just forget
work
about
upon it.
failures and, yeah, just take action. So I remember this quote, or I am not sure if it is a story. There is the story of a young seagull who is afraid to fly for the first time. So the mama seagull says that only when you spread your wings and you jump from the cliff, you can understand how far you can fly and how much you can do.
Yes.
As long as you stay in the cliff, you would never know.
No.
Yeah. So I think even I am, of course, I have my own fear of being judged. And before many of my LinkedIn posts, even that thought comes to me: oh, oh, what would people say? Would I be judged for this opinion? Of course, your book is going to be in my reading list for 2026. And I think that it's a book all of us must read. I would recommend the book to my audience as well. Just hearing the summary from you makes me want to read it. So is it available in Amazon? How
Yes,
can
yes,
we? Okay,
yes,
okay.
it's available
So
in
we will
Amazon.
surely be dropping the link to purchase this book in the description. Of course, there is no commission, nothing. Just we want to spread the message, that's all. So, what advice would you give to aspiring authors who want to publish a book, or how was
First
your
of
journey
all,
of publishing a book? Yeah.
first of all, I'm not the right person to give an advice. So, as I said earlier, no, if you want to write a book, write it. That's all. Take that action, and let's
Okay.
see how it is going to. The people not going to judge us. So
Mm-hmm.
we all make the mistakes. So we will all learning from different situations. Just take an action. That's all. It's not
Okay.
about the book, because there are a lot of good authors in the market. But at least if you have a strong passion to write it, just write it.
Yeah.
We will get a way. If you start it, no, automatically you will get a way to achieve that goal.
Okay. It's about taking that first step and then
Just
you
do it. Simply
automatically
do
get.
it.
Okay.
Simply do
So
it.
whoever is thinking about publishing a book today, please open your laptop and just take that first step. So coming back to talks about AI. So in a world of AI tools and automation, what human skill will remain irreplaceable for marketing?
The most irreplaceable human skills are judgment, empathy, and storytelling.
Okay.
Storytelling. AI can analyze the data scale, identify the patterns, and even predict the behavior, but
Mhm.
it cannot understand the context the way human do.
Okay.
The judgment is about knowing when to act and what not to do and why something is matters. And the same that discriminant comes from the experiences or intuition and ethical reasoning. The starting I've told you, the first person, the first action we need to command it. That comes with the experiences only.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can share a simple example. So recently I got an opportunity to evaluate the software they launched. It's an AI tool.
Mm.
So they were saying that, say, we will extract the data, it will help on sales and all, but that person itself have a college pass out and they don't know how the real customers are working, even though the system is okay. But
Mm.
there are a couple of factors which is there, how the sales real works, how the market
Mhm.
is work, how the entrepreneur or the business owner is, how they are going to respond it. This cannot be judged with AI until unless a person is trained. Okay, so that
Okay.
experience when it will come, If the real person have a genuinely experience over it, then only we will get the better results. Same
Okay.
with the storytelling also.
Yeah.
So we can give the prompt until unless we know, even now the AI in filmmaking is coming. But how the output will come, we need to give that prompt. That prompt itself, we need to give the minute things. If you want to generate the screen scene by scene, what we need to add it by scene. It's a wide angle or a lower angle, or
Exactly.
how there's a
Yeah.
zoom in effect, and how that person is going to, how his mood.
So the
Everything we need
judgment and
to.
decision making comes from humans,
Yes.
and AI is just executing it. Okay. So once again, this is such an eye opener for people who think that AI is going to take their jobs. Okay. So, um, being someone who advocates women in leadership, how can companies promote a work culture where women are not just employees, but they can also participate and thrive in the decision making process?
So now there are a lot of even in MNCs also they are giving the empowerment, women empowerment. There are a lot of opportunities are coming. Initially,
Mhm.
it was not there. Um, Companies need to stop expecting women to adapt the system that were never designed with them in mind. And
Okay.
a true inclusion comes from redesigning the systems,
Yeah.
not offering the surface level policies. Or this includes a flexible leadership models, outcome based performance evaluation, or psychological strategy and equitable decision making space. We would not need to special treatment if they need a fair system or when organization value impact over uh, persistence or even trust over the control or women thrive naturally in leadership roles. So I think now these days we don't need to separately justify that she is a woman or there definitely even I've faced many times, but
Okay.
gradually many women are coming. So it's only about, so even we have to think that way also, no? So how many women are ready to take that positions? How they think that I'm
Exactly.
capable in it?
Yeah.
So every decision, even though organization is ready, but until unless if we are not ready, it's not going to
Of course.
oh,
So it's
right.
going to be a two-way street. It should come from either sides. Both the companies and women should be ready to take that new approach and work upon. Okay. So who are some of the women leaders who have personally inspired you on your journey?
My mom.
That's such a sweet answer.
She is very bold.
Yeah.
It's not about that. So I saw what I can say that. So there are a lot of women leaders as there. Sudhamurti, I read her book, very
Yeah.
inspiring all the time. But no one else knows. So we cannot compete anything else other than mom because I saw her different phases as a leader, how she's managing everything in home or office or everything, how she nicely handle, no? So
Yeah.
she is the one leader I always spare. She never
Yeah.
quit. She never quit. So that is the
I
one
can
Lord.
I can totally understand with it. And even I would have the same answer if someone asked me, who is the, not just a women leader, but who is the human being who inspired you the most? For me, also, it's going to be my mother.
Because
Yeah,
they are the big leaders, how
of
they
course. Yeah,
nicely managing it. For me, so if you ask me, my mom's used to wake up in the morning and she cooks till lunch, or she will go to the office and she manage everything. If you ask me how can I do that, no, I'm still struggling to manage that consistency. Seriously, I'm not able to
of
manage it.
course, of course. Same thing happened in my situation as well during my childhood. I am not sure at what time my mom woke up because I was not
Yeah.
an early bird. But then my mom used to cook breakfast, lunch, and then there was a time period when she had to leave home at 7:30 because her office was maybe 35 kilometers away.
Mhm.
She would go in her scooter and then, come back and then prepare dinner. So right now, I stay in a place where my office is just 5 minutes away. But even then, I take the help of meal planning.
Yeah.
I am not able to,
Right.
cook every day. So
Yes.
now I understand how much, maybe our moms had the best system and the best way of execution as
Not only in the food and management, no, so even the financially also how
exactly.
well planned they are. They have a very long calculations that the funds come sort of how they are managing it in a better way with a proper savings. Maybe I'm earning her 10x or 20x, but even I don't have to manage that money.
Okay, yeah.
So big
So
ladders because she is a big leader all the time.
yes, yes, I totally get it. So really, really glad to hear this answer from you. And once the episode comes, I think your mom would be so happy to see this.
Yeah.
So that takes me to the next question. You juggle the role of a founder, author, influential LinkedIn creator, and of course, you are a mother. And you manage all these roles simultaneously. So, what systems help you maintain balance across all these identities?
First of all, I don't believe in the perfect balance. I believe
Okay.
in the dynamic balance. So
Yeah.
because the perfect balance is not going to happen when we live in such a situations, we have a small baby or different work situation or entrepreneurship is also it's not a defined one. Different meetings or late night meetings or we have to travel frequently. So there is no such a perfect balance. So what helps me most are the systems or boundaries and self compassion.
Yeah.
System reduce decision fatigue. The boundaries protect my energy, and self compassion allows me to let go of guilt, both at work and home. Some days I learn more into business, some days into family, and that's okay. It's not a problem. He's not going to judge us. Balance is not fixed, it evolves with the life season. So even my daughter, seriously, I think, when she was 1 or 2 year at that time, I was working. Now I'm in entrepreneurship journeys. I have a different meeting. So she's very adaptable. So she saw entire my journey from working from home, traveling,
Yeah.
everything. So there is no balance. And so one thing I always follow no, so I spend some time with her. So that is very mandatory. We have our time.
Yeah.
So I used to, that is very important. And I have my own me time to think and
Okay.
all.
So having that family time, me time, and of course the business time is very important. And I think it's as just the way you mentioned, it's about dynamic balance. And balance means different to different people. We need not compare our balance with somebody else's balance. It differs from person to person. And as long as we are happy with the dynamic balance that we are able to maintain, I think things are good to go.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was a really good answer. So, how do you describe your leadership philosophy in one sentence?
Um, Leadership, responsibility.
Okay. Leadership is about being responsible.
Be the best version. And one thing my father taught me that so whenever whatever the things you are doing, so when the failure comes, you should ready to take the 100% responsibility. When
Okay.
if it is a success, and you should give that credit to our team or who are with us. But if it is fail, any decision in our life,
Okay.
so you are the 100% responsible. That is something which I always follow. I
Okay.
always follow that.
Yeah. So your team is really lucky to have a leader who is taking 100% responsibility of the failures and who is willing to give the credit, who is willing to share the success with the team. Yeah, I think that's such a healthy work environment and culture that you are fostering in your marketing agents. So, if you could go back in time and give a career advice or some kind of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
So for my younger self, so lot of things I've thought that I was completely focusing on studies. That is one of the biggest mistake. I have to focus more on the longer because where born or grow up in a the situations that so you study well and you get into the job.
Of course, I can
So
totally relate with it. The higher marks you get, the better you are. That was
yes.
the scenario.
So
Yeah,
the one thing I've learned, no, so getting focusing on marks and getting that phase, no, it's entirely hectic. So even if I got a less marks, maybe I will achieve more faster. The
yeah,
backbenchers, the backbenchers, we give a least credibility to them, but they are the good business people or they are more success in their life
exactly. Yeah,
because they faced failures, rejections, a lot of things. Because these are the people who got a most called from teachers. There are very less ambitious people, the teacher used to say, right? The
exactly. Yeah.
backbenchers. But so that is something which I think I can do a lot of things when I get a knowledge on that time. No, maybe on my 20s or 80s. So that is something was always a regret for me. So I can get more surround with the right people. If I get some these kind of advices or where I am, if I get a good mentor on that time to know more about where we want to go ahead. So
Okay.
because it's not applicable to all,
Mm-hmm.
it's for me because where I want to, because I am more into arts, I'm very good in arts,
Yeah.
or I'm good in marketing. So but why invested 4 years in engineering, that's something which I always thinking on. Even engineering also, why I didn't choose civil, I selected electronics and communication, and after engineering, I get into marketing field, marketing job. So then
Yeah.
these 4 years, it's a life is very precious. If I get that knowledge, no, so I would have invested that time for something else to grow my skills. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
learning everything, editing, storytelling. I'm connecting with more people, or technical skills also there. With the AI, we have a lot of new learnings also coming,
Yeah.
but at least what all we need to invest on it, so that I didn't learn it in, because we need to invest on our communication skill, we need to
Of
invest on
course.
more
Yeah.
on our clarity, even finance management. I never learned that these are the skills we should learn in our after 10, no, so we should know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even I think the European culture is entirely different, no? So when that's the reason maybe they have to do the part-time jobs also by their academics,
True, true. They
right?
learn to be independent quite from a young age, so they know financial management. They try to learn some skills, and yeah. But I think slowly, even in India, it is changing. These days, the youth, they are all about freelancing, earning their own income, funding their studies, and managing the finances. Uh, but yeah, let's hope for the best, and in the coming years, we could see more shift.
Yes, yes.
So, what legacy do you hope to leave as a founder, as a thought leader, as an author?
I hope to be remembered as someone who helped people and business grow with intention, ethically,
Okay.
intelligently, and
Mm,
sustainably, while showing that success and integrity don't have to be the trade-off.
okay, that's great. So now I know the secret behind your success because you have so much clarity in your vision. It's very evident in what you just told, and it's really inspiring. So, before we wind up our episode, do you have a message for our audience? Of course, we got a lot of messages from you, but still, to sum up,
So whatever the ambition you have, no,
yeah,
just don't dream it. Just start it today. That's all.
okay. Don't dream it, but just start doing it.
Today.
Yeah, today.
Today.
Okay.
That is
Yeah,
very important.
that adds many things to my to-do list for today, to be honest. Yeah, that's such a
We
nice piece of
always
advice.
procrastinate it. Maybe I have to record the video. Maybe it's like pushing. No, not today. Maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow. These pushing, no, it's wasting. We are missing a lot of things. Even I
Yeah,
regret on that. If I started video making 2 years before, 3 years before, I know that I'm guiding people, but I am not taking it.
yeah.
I'm not doing it. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of regret, we are missing a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
We are
Yeah.
not perfect. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just simply start it.
Okay.
Results will come.
Yeah. So just start taking the right action.
Today.
Yes, today, of course. Not tomorrow, but today. Yeah.
Today.
So that was 1 hour of too many insights. Of course,
Okay.
I need to take, uh, my personal notes. It's definitely helpful. Yeah, I am so shocked that 1 hour just passed.
How
Uh,
you?
yeah, I wish I could get more time, but let's wind up the episode for today. Thank you so much, Sinju. Thanks a ton. It was really, really insightful. I mean, insightful would be something short to describe it. You talked about, different facets of your life. And thank you so much for being part of us today.
Thank you, Jeffy. Thank you for inviting me on this podcast.
Yeah, pleasure having you.